Hey everybody, it's Celeste, and I wanted to film a book haul for you guys. These are books that I've collected from the latter part of July into now in August. Today's the 22nd. Yeah, I haven't been filming as much because I've been busy with work, and you gotta see, like, I look rough, I sound rough, like, it's just the way things are for now. So I just wanted to show you guys some of the things that I have been buying. Some of these things are for me personally, and some of these are for, like, people in my life, and some of these, yeah, so you guys will see it in a second. So first little group of books that I wanted to show you guys are books that I've ordered off of, I think, Amazon. I think all of these came off of Amazon. And so I'll show them to you real quick. The first one that I have to show you is the Ruthless Lady's Guide to Wizardry by C.M. Waggoner. And I heard someone talking about it in some reading sprints. I think it was Rowan over at Wandering Through Worlds. I can link her. I'm not sure which video, but someone was talking about this book in a sprint, and when I looked at the cover, I was very interested, and I think that it has a title that's similar to a problematic author's titles, and so I wanted to show this person love, you know, and it sounded right up my alley, right? Like witchcraft, right? So yeah, so I'm gonna give that a try. It's a cute little paperback, you guys see, like, it's so, you know, intricate. Okay. So there's that. Then another one that I picked up because it seems like everybody is talking about it is Cemetery Boys by Aiden Thomas. Haven't read from Aiden Thomas before. Cemetery Boys, again, deals with witchcraft. It's getting to that spooky season, y'all. And also it deals with, you know, identities, right? Like your gender identity and your identity within your culture and with your family. And so, yeah, I just really, I've heard some people talking about it, like Reagan at Prue's Project cried over this book. So I was like, okay, I'm interested. I'm interested in this book. So yeah, we're gonna take a gander at it. Another one that I saw, and this is not just a cover buy, but look at this cover, right? This cover is beautiful. It's called Disability Visibility, and it's edited by Alice Wong. It's different first-person stories from people who are dealing with issues surrounding whatever disability they live with, and so it's very diverse. And I saw this as a suggestion somewhere, like not from a person, I don't think, and then I looked it up and saw some of the reviews, and then also this cover is just beautiful. And I'm trying to read more diversely, and I think reading from people who are differently abled would really help me in my goals to reading more diversely. So yeah, so I'm really interested to get to this, and since it's short, like first-person stories, I feel like this is one that I'll read a little here, a little there, and get that knocked out. Okay. The next one that I picked up is The Second Life of Muriel West by Amanda Skinador. I might have messed up. I might have Skinador. Okay. That's the best I could do. I'm sorry. But also, okay, it has a cover trope that I don't like. I do not like covers where it shows the back of a lady. Like, that irritates me. But this one's pretty. And what it has to do with, and it was the premise that got me on this one. And this is a fairly new release. Like, I pre-ordered it. It's like the beginning of August, but I haven't read it yet. But it is about a woman who is a socialite in Los Angeles, Southern California, and it's during the 20s or 30s, you know. And she something happens. I'm not quite sure what the catalyst is, and she is sent to live in a home for lepers in Louisiana. And this is written by a former nurse, and so I heard that the medical use in the book is more authentic because of her experience as a nurse. And also, like, you know, this is exploring like how they treated people with these illnesses, how they, you know, how they treated women in that time, and like what happens with this. So I was intrigued. I know I hate it when people say intrigued, but I truly was. So I pre-ordered this book, and it's a bit of a, you know, a historical sort of novel, but yeah, I'm interested in it. I know you're like, Celeste, you've got a lot of books with like disease, you know, or whatever. Yeah, medical issues. Yeah, sorry, I don't know. Then another book that I ordered off of Amazon. I'm still, y'all, I am still reading Dani Brown. I like it. It's just, I'm so tired when I get home from work. But anyway, I went ahead and got Act Your Age, Eve Brown. I just wanted to round out, you know, Talia Hibbert's little companion series of 3. I know she's writing another like set surrounding some of the characters that are in this book. And I also was interested in the autism rep that I've heard about in this book, so I wanted to see it for myself. And so this will be like a little feel-good kind of weekend read. Although Dani Brown's taking me more than weekend, so we'll see about that, Celeste. Okay. The next one that I wanted to show you guys is Neon Gods, and this is it Katie or Kate? KT? Robert? Okay. But this one was talked about by several other booktubers that I've been watching their videos and stuff. Let's see. Lachlan from Lachlan's Library. She read it and was going on about it in a very positive way. Also, Valisa had mentioned this on her channel, and I'll link these people. And so then I was like, and this is not the first time I'd heard from this author, but this is a updated Hades and Persephone retelling. It's set sort of in modern day, but it keeps, you know, the names and some of the locations and stuff sort of intact as far as like, you know, keep you oriented. And it's hot and smutty, and I've heard that you don't have to wait for the smut. Like, it happens pretty early on, so that's nice. So if you want to, like, a smutty adult read. And also this cover is like, I'm digging it, right? Like, I dig that cover. Like, it makes me want to read this. So I took as hearing about it as a sign. So I went ahead and ordered this for myself. So I've got a smutty read to get to. And then the last of the Amazon books is The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. I ordered this on Amazon because okay, we're not calling ourselves a book club. My book society, the literary society that I'm a part of, chose this. We chose 2 books because we wanted, I don't know, some variety or whatever. And so this is one of the books that we chose. So I have a copy of it, and I'm actually going to start reading this very soon because we meet and talk about it in mid-September. Hello, months of the year, mid-September. So, but I don't think it'll take me very long because most of the people that I hear from have just devoured the book. So I'm hoping that will count, that will be the same for me. So those are the books that I ordered from Amazon. Okay, cool. So, book of the month. I want to show you all my book of the month books. Okay, first of all, I accomplished my goal. So I got the socks, y'all. Look at these socks. They have their cute little, like, emoji symbol looking things on it. So that's pretty cool. So I got my socks this, you know, box, this August box. And the books that I got in the box, I got 2. Hey, one was my pick for the month, and the other one was one that I needed for my literary society. So I'll show you since I just showed you the Midnight Library, we also chose The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. And so I wanted to get to this one. And I'm actually, like, this is the next book that I'm going to start reading. Because, again, I need to have this read by mid-September. So it's not really a big deal to get this read. And I've heard that it's, like, a twist, like you know, get through it, okay? So we're going to, and I feel like everybody and their grandma has talked about this. I didn't really talk about the Midnight Library either, because I feel like everybody and their grandma is talking about this. But yeah, it's a thrillery book, domestic. Like this woman murders her husband and then doesn't talk. And so then you're following these perspectives, like the doctors who are working with her and stuff like that, okay? Then the other book that I got in my box was The Heart Principle by Helen Huang. Okay, so I've read The Kiss Quotient and The Bride Test, and I thoroughly enjoyed both of those. So The Heart Principle was a no-brainer, and I'm really excited to read, you know, a romance. Well, like, there he is. You see Aquan over here. Yes, I'm good for him. Like, I really enjoyed him when I saw him in the other books, you know. He wasn't the focus, but I really enjoyed it. So this is going to be one that I read sooner than later, hopefully, okay? So that was my book. Excuse me while I move boxes around. Okay, so the next little group of books that I want to show you guys are books that I ordered from Book Outlet. I don't order from Book Outlet all the time. There's a lot of books here. I don't order from Book Outlet all the time, but I wanted to order, I wanted really good prices on some books because last year, because of the pandemic, I didn't have a lot of kids in my room, so I didn't work on having like a really fleshed out classroom library. Well, now I do. I have a room full of kids for now. Okay, we'll see. And I wanted to have like a good classroom library, right? Because we're an alternating block schedule, and so I have them for a little while, and so when it's time to do like some silent sustained reading, I want them to have room to choose. So I'm just gonna pull these out. Some of the books though I ordered from Book Outlet were for like me. But yeah, most of these are to put in my classroom library. So this first one is sort of a classic YA. It's by Lois Duncan. I Know What You Did Last Summer. And it's kind of thrillery, and also it's not very long, so I feel like this is a good choice for my classroom library. I'm not going to talk about the details on all these. Some of these you might know about, okay? I also picked up Opposite of Always by Justin A. Reynolds, and I felt like this would be a good sort of YA contemporary to include in my classroom library. So I picked up that one. I also picked up Piecing Me Together by Renee Watson. Now, I had read this on my Kindle a while back, quite a while back, but I wanted to have a physical copy to put in my classroom library because I felt like it was just really well written, and it's about learning to speak for yourself, right? Okay, another that I picked out for myself, no, not for myself, for my classroom library, not for myself, is the Born a Crime adaptation for young readers by Trevor Noah, because I read Born a Crime and was just really, like, I loved it. And actually my kids read it, and I wasn't really worried about the cursing and stuff because my kids were like, you know, teenagers, and they were okay with it. But I really feel like this is another one that would just be really popular in the classroom library, so I wanted to go ahead and get it. Okay, another one in this box, because there's two boxes, that I got from my classroom library, Finding Yvonne by Brandy Colbert. I know that Brandy Colbert is like a really, she writes really well done YA, okay, and so I wanted to include this in my classroom library. I teach high school, by the way, so keep that in mind. So what I bought for myself, okay, I bought How to Pronounce Knife by Suvangham Temas Vongsa. Okay, here you go. Sorry, I totally messed up that name. But anyway, Kayla over at Books and Lala had read this and spoke highly of this, and so I picked it up because I wanted to get in on that, okay? And then I picked up Clown in a Cornfield because by Adam Caesar, because I wanted to, I'm digging these old school horror vibes that the cover is giving me. And also, like, it just sounds terrifying. So when I'm in the spooky season, and I also think that my husband will enjoy this. And so I will have this on the shelf for him too. I share my books. We share books in this house. Okay, and then I picked up this graphic novel that really it was a cover by, and it says, "I will judge you by your bookshelf." And it has a cutout. Look, this is a cutout. It's cute when he's like peeking through. And yeah, I like to, you know, read sometimes, like mix in some graphic novels, and it just, the cover, I was just like, okay, yes, I'm interested in that. Let's see what that's about. Okay. Almost done, y'all. I promise you, I'm almost done. Okay. Another that I picked up for me, that it could end up in my classroom library, it just depends, is, ooh, it's got some shine to it. Okay, is Trail of Lightning by Rebecca Rowanhorse. I've heard people talking about this, lots of people talking about this for ages, and I was like, yeah, I'm ready to get on that. So, and I'm trying to read more diversely, and she is a, she is Native American, and I think this has to do with the Navajo people. So yeah, I'm really interested in that. Okay, I picked up A Song Below Water by Bethany Morrow. Bethany C. Morrow, and look at the cover. This cover is just gorgeous. And I picked this up for my classroom library, but honestly, I'm interested in reading it too. Okay, I also picked up I Am Not Your Perfect Mexican Daughter by Erica L. Sanchez. Again, I think that this might be a good addition to my classroom. I also picked up Doughboys by Paula Chase. And I don't remember all the details of the synopsis because it was late at night when I was buying these, but I really felt like especially the cover would really speak to the kids in my class. So there's that. I also picked up Swing by Kwame Alexander, and I really think that this is a good pick. It has like mixed sort of has poetry, right? And it has, you know, mixed media, and I felt like this would speak to some of my students. I also picked up Love is a Revolution by Renee Watson, so another Renee Watson book. And this book deals with like romance, but like what if you enter in a romance and you don't really tell the truth? And so I'm interested in this one in addition to having it in my classroom library. Cool, cool, cool. For me personally, I'm not putting this in my classroom. I picked up The Honey Don't List by Christina Lauren. Christina Lauren is like a go-to comfort duo authorship. I did not say that very well, but I think you guys get what I'm saying. I also wanted to have some, you know, non-fiction selections to kind of have in either my hands or my classroom. So I picked up The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind. And this is by William Kamkwamba and Brian Mealer. Okay, you can check me there. And this has to do, this is, you know, a bit of nonfiction, okay, dealing with this man's journey to, you know, improve where he's living in, where was he? In Malawi, okay? And I also picked up the adapted for young adults Just Mercy by Brian Stevenson, because I felt like this would be something that some of my students would be interested in reading. And so I wanted them to have access to this piece of nonfiction. Okay. Oh, and this one is a beautiful cover, you guys. Like, I saw this cover and I had to have it. Had to have it. Girl Gone Viral by Arvin Amati. Look at this cover. It is beautiful, right? It is beautiful. And it has to do with, like, like, I think you get it with like Girl Gone Viral, like the title, but it has to do with virtual reality and being inside like the gaming world or the, you know, the internet world. And I felt like that would speak to a lot of my students, so I picked up that. Another one that I picked up is an anthology called Fresh Ink, and it is talking about like and it's pretty short, but it's an anthology that includes authors like Daniel Jose Older, DM Fan, Jason Reynolds, Amina May Safi, Jean Nguyen Yang, and Nicola Yoon. And I felt like seeing that list of authors was like, yes, this is, you know, diversity, and this is also, you know, like amazing, like, and it's short, and I feel like it's, you know, digestible. So there we go with that. And I will probably put that in my classroom library. Paint Me Like I Am, which is poems for like teens by Nikki Giovanni. Okay, so I wanted to have some poetry in my classroom library. Also picked up Bronx Masquerade by Nikki Grimes, which has a really beautiful cover, but also I felt like that would, you know, speak to my students in my classroom. And there also is, let's see if I see it in the box. I thought I picked up another one, but I don't see it. I don't see it handy. I also picked up Dragons in a Bag, which I realize is a more like middle grade read, but I have such a spectrum of reading abilities in my classes that I wanted to have something that was a little more fantastical, but also something that was a little more middle grade. So I've got this for my classroom library, and the cover is just precious. So precious. Like, the cover is just beautiful. And this is written by Zetta Elliott. Okay, covered that up with my hand. My bad, sorry. I also picked up Never Had It Made, Jackie Robinson, an autobiography. And I wanted to have this in my classroom library to, you know, speak to some of my students who are interested in sports. Okay. Let's see, is that it for my class? That's it for my classroom library. The other couple of books that I have in this box are for me. I picked up The Dilemma by B.A. Paris. I've read 2 other B.A. Paris books, and they weren't like the best books I've ever read, but I was interested in the premise of this. Like, there's a secret, and who knows the secret, and if we tell the secret, like The Dilemma, if I tell the secret, is it gonna ruin everything? Oh my gosh. And then I also picked up Vampires Never Get Old, Tales with Fresh Bite. And again, it's like an anthology from like various authors. And I noted specifically that we had Danielle Clayton, Julie Murphy, Rebecca Rowanhorse, who I've already mentioned here, and V.E. Schwab. So those are like authors that I was interested in. And I love vampire stories. Like, I am such a basic girl. Also, this cover is so pink. And the skull is so interesting. And if you look at the back, it's like a vampire skull. Love it. Love it. That, like, so much about that I just love. Okay. Another one that I picked up is a hardback copy of Blacktop Wasteland by S.A. Cosby. I am interested in reading S.A. Cosby. I got Razorblade Tears in one of my Book of the Month boxes this summer. And so then I was like, is this S.A. Cosby? And I saw that this book, and so the cover is beautiful, the premise is interesting, so I wanted to have this on my shelves. And then the last book of this haul, oh my god, I've been filming forever, is Rules for Vanishing by Kate Alice Marshall. Again, this is one that I saw Kayla over at Books and Lala talking about, and then also the cover is gorge. Love it. I love this aesthetic, right? This creepy, spooky aesthetic. This color scheme is just, nice. But it has to do with like ghost killing people, revenge ghosts. Say no more. That's what I needed to hear. That's what I needed to hear. So I'm going to try this out, right? And I know that I say I know. Kayla enjoyed this book. Okay, so I trust a lot of her like as so many of us do, right? Trust her recommendations. Okay, guys, so that is the book haul. There are too many books for me to lift because I'm just like perched on the edge of the bed right now. But tell me in the comments if you have read any of these books, if you think that these are like maybe good choices for my classroom library, or you think that I should pick them up right away. And if you got all the way through this book haul, give me a stack of book emoji, right? Give me a stack of book emoji. Just let me know you made it all the way through. That would be like so great. Like always, subscribe if you haven't subscribed and you want to. Give me a like, give me a comment. I love talking. I might not get to you right away, but I promise I'm checking my YouTube like nobody's business. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys again the next time. Bye.